All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing Floyd. You may have heard him in the background moments ago, and I think this is a perfect way to spend a little time talking a fighter's life with my love of Floyd Mayweather. And I know people have argued, he has argued, but if he's not the greatest, he's definitely on the same page. And he's undefeated, and he is retired, and he did surpass Rocky Marciano's incredible 49-0 record. What can you say about this young man who has been fighting for decades, and literally he walked away, I believe, as strong as he did when he came into the game?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he made it look easy. You know, a lot of fights look tremendously easy. Again, like we were talking before, had an unbelievable amateur background, won national title after national title. Then he ended up going to the Olympics, and they robbed him for the gold. In a lot of people's opinion, he won a bronze medal. But you know, he carried on into the pros, went undefeated, beat everybody who was in front of him. I mean, what can you say? I mean, one of the greats of all time, without a doubt. I just think that there's some things that were left unknown about him because he was never in a great battle. A few times that he was in a great battle, I thought against Jose Luis Castillo, he passed the test. But if you watch him fight Luis Castillo the first time, that was a very controversial win. A lot of people felt Castillo won the fight. And for me, being a historian, I'm saying to myself, that ain't Roberto Duran in front of me. That's Castillo, not Duran, not Jose Luis Castillo. I mean, it's Jose Luis Castillo, not Duran. So some of the all-time greats, I think Leonard, Duran. I can't say that he's greater than those guys when they're in their prime. But he was in Robinson. Robinson. And I just feel there was a few guys that, you know, like I said, I think Floyd always fought guys that were his height or a little lower, a little shorter. So he was always able to counterpunch them with the shoulder roll. He never had to make adjustments. And I think if he was, you know, Sugar Ray Leonard, like I said, fought a Thomas Hearns. He had to make that adjustment. He had to prove that he could fight a guy that outreached him, he was able to use a jab, and was a better boxer than he was from the distance. I don't think Floyd had the opportunity, nor maybe if he did have the opportunities, a few times where I felt like there was a few guys that he could have fought that he didn't fight. You know, so I think he was. I'll tell you one thing: he was the greatest matchmaker for himself. He knew, you know, when to fight the guys and who to fight and when to fight. But man, that's not taking anything away from him because, like I said, he was one of the greats of all time. As an amateur, I mean, he fought all styles and he beat just about everybody. So, I mean, one of the greats of all time. I just don't think he was the greatest. I think there's a handful of guys that I would maybe not even a handful of guys, 2 or 3 guys that I think would have been able to beat.
I may disagree with that, but I'm surrounded by a bunch of his great young fighters, and that might not be a very healthy thing for me to do. Ladies and gentlemen, another edition of A Fighter's Life with Tommy Yankello, world-class boxing and ambush. Have a good day.